What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ski Patrol Productions, and it is Halloween today. And this isn't like a future lie or anything like that. I am actually recording this early this morning on Halloween, so you're seeing this video the same exact day that I made it. So, welcome to Ski Patrol Productions for the day. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys have some great stuff planned today. And if this is all you have planned, then that's okay. You get a little dose of spooky in your day, maybe hand out some candy later, and that's good enough, right? Well, I'm posting this early, so you got plenty of time to watch lots of scary movies today. But before we get into all my recommendations and everything, I wanted to let you guys know that I went to the virtual Yale open house yesterday, and it was amazing. I asked lots of questions, talked to the faculty, talked to some current students, and all that kind of stuff, and it was great. I'm not going to go on about it forever, but it went really well, and that's that. But today is Halloween, and that is our focus today, right? So, right off the bat, I just want to talk about my stuff, and then I'll recommend everybody else's stuff. We've got 5 shows that I want to talk to you about. I think it's 5. I think so. We're going to find out if it's 5. You count, and if I'm wrong, you let me know. From what I consider like least Halloween themed to most Halloween themed for some of my shows. And you've heard about all of these before, except for one. I'm not sure if I've actually mentioned it before. Some of these I did mention in my last Halloween video, which was last year, I think. Maybe the year before that, who knows. Anyway, I was in another creepy basement. So here we are again. It's almost like the real thing. So the first one is my play called Last Rites, which I know I didn't talk about last time because I didn't write it yet last time. And so this one is a short play called Last Rites, and it's about a playwright that imagines who will show up at their funeral. Um, it's very simple. There's lots of characters in it. It's a little bit of a comedic tragedy, and supposedly, here's a challenge for you. Supposedly, the play is unproducible. And the main reason for that is because it is a short play, right? I think it takes about 10 minutes or so. And the minimum number of characters for the cast is 21, which is obviously insane. Who's going to produce a 10-minute play that you need to pay 21 actors for? Ridiculous. The other fun thing about it is that the cast is actually infinite because of a particular scene that happens. I'm not going to give it away. Go ahead and read it. It's a really quick read. Producing wise, it's like 10 minutes or so, but reading it, you probably read it in like 5 minutes because it's a quick read. But one of the scenes is super fun, and you can have as many people as you can fit on stage. So, show is unproducible if anybody out there wants to give it a go. And if anybody out there does want to produce it, I'm not going to charge you the rights. So there it is right there. For the first couple shows, if it becomes a hit and apparently people find out it is producible, then we got to talk money. But if somebody out there wants to produce that show for free. Just do it justice. That's all I ask. That's the payment. Doing a good job and putting money like you paid for it into it. Um, the next one, I know I've talked about this. Hopefully, some of you guys have actually seen it, and that's the Misery Theater Guild. The Misery Theater Guild was produced at Nelson Hall this past year with Stephen McCrary Smith and Julia Gritzbach and Zach Fontanez. Great cast, really cool, fun thing to do. And that show, let me bring up the description because I don't like to memorize all this kind of stuff. That show is about 30 minutes, maybe 25 or so, but it takes place in London in 1891. And tragedy befalls a guild of the best playwrights in London, and well, probably in the world, but in London at least. And another writer hears about the news and can't believe that it's true at all. After his search begins for the truth, he realizes that there's more to the story than chance, things that are deeper than destiny. And it gets pretty, mysterious and conspiracy theory like. So there you go, a little spooky story. And that one is about 25 minutes or so. So that one might take a little bit longer to read than Last Rites, but again, another quick one. Another one, which I know we've talked about before, and got some cool news about this one, is Harmony Lake. Now, if you follow this channel, you may have seen a really piss-poor version of Harmony Lake created by Zach and I about 2 years ago or so. It was a lot of fun creating it, and it was just so we could create something. But it's basically, an staged reading that we did on here. And Harmony Lake is about a family vacation that takes place on a beautiful lake house in northern Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, if you like the spooky stuff, everything is not as it seems, and the mental stability of the son is pulled into question, which keeps the audience, you guys, guessing until all the truth and the reality of the situation becomes tragically obvious. That's a really cool one. Definitely read it. That one is, I feel, reading it is good, but like seeing it is what really needs to happen for Harmony Lake. And luckily enough, you can go see it. This January, it's going to be produced near Philly at Harrington High School, and they've got, I think they're doing 4 show dates, and that's the middle of January. I think it's around the 16th. I'll post about that stuff later on, but that's a good one. Go ahead and take a read at that one if that one seems interesting. Second to last, we have one that you can see right now if you find the video on the channel. I'll see if I can get it to be the recommended one at the end of the clip. Um, but this one is Ni Kim Guri, A Sinister Virtual Story. And I wrote this as a challenge to myself in less than 24 hours. And it was, by less, I mean less. It was like less than 12 hours. I think I worked on it. And not because I couldn't, but because that was what I wanted to do, right? And I do think it's done. I don't feel that it was rushed or anything. Um, but anyway, so the story gives the audience a chance to hear Gab's last words by viewing a video diary that Gab creates while the world around them is being massacred by a maleficent spirit. And so that one's a pretty quick one. You can read it. I recommend reading it if you like. But right here on the Ski Patrol Productions page, it's up here. So give it a watch. One of my good friends, Gabe Unger, reads the part of Gab for that production, that version of it that I did here. Um, so if you don't feel like reading it, go ahead and watch it. It's a pretty cool read. It's pretty cool watch, and it's just a couple minutes, so you won't even need to take up that much of your Halloween day. So, last but certainly not least is a brand new one that I don't think I've talked about on this channel before, but it's a play that Zach and I both wrote. Yes, Zach Fontanez, the person that is named probably more than anybody else on this channel, is Zach Fontanez, and he and I wrote this play called The Otherworldly Adventures of George Ghostly and Paul T. Geist. And the show is a family Halloween comedy. It takes place in 1920s Hollywood, the golden age of Hollywood. And George Ghostly and Paul T. Geist have moved on to the other side, and now they're ghosts. They're both British comedians that in the tens became more popular and came to the United States and made it big in Hollywood. And then they meet an unfortunate ending, and now in this in the place of the story, they're trying to solve a crime that is being committed by the big head of the studio, the big greaseball executive, Harold Brooks. And it's them and their old talent agent, Juliana Miller. It's a really fun story, and it has some music from Chessa and Zach in it. So and that one's a full length, So it's I think about an hour and a half or so, probably a little less than an hour and a half. So definitely go check that one out. Um, that one's a brand new one. You can't see that anywhere yet. It's just online. So you can always email me right here, skipatrolproductions@gmail.com. If you want any of these scripts, I can send you PDF files. Of course, copyright protected, but I can send you PDF files. Or you'll see this link down below. You can go to New Play Exchange, which is the website that all of my stuff is on. And you often hear me refer to that as NPX, but it's newplayexchange.org online, and you can just type in my name. Up there it says Timothy M. Godomsky, and you can search that and get access to all my plays, most of my plays. But to close out, I want to make 2 recommendations. That's it. One, which I believe I've said every Halloween since it came out, go check out Chessa and the Zach. They have the Creepy EP, and so they have some Halloween songs, and one particular is called Ghost, and that's actually featured in the Otherworldly Adventures, Paul George. So definitely, go check them out. They're on most sound music services, all that stuff. So go check out Chessa and the Zach. Um, One of my favorite songs by them is E Cool, Oyster, and Randy Bones. That's a really fun song and my personal favorite. Um, so, get a chance, go check that out. And then my other recommendation is there's a movie that I watched recently, and it's called Someone is in Your House. Pretty like normal title for like a spooky movie, right? Um, but it was very well done. Pretty talented actors in that movie, and it was really good. I don't want to say anything about it, but it's available. I think it was on Netflix. So if you're looking for something to watch today, go watch that movie. I recommend it. Probably after I finish this video, I'm gonna go watch Haunted Mansion. I haven't seen it since last year. Maybe even I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm gonna watch that. One of my favorite Halloween movies. But that's it. So I hope you all have a great Halloween. Hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Go ahead and read George and Paul's story on New Play Exchange, and go listen to Chessa and the Zach, and also go watch Someone is Inside Your House. A little creepy, but I think today is the day for it. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Get a little spooked, hand out some Halloween candy, dress up a little bit, have a little fun. I'll see you all next time. Peace.